I think Dayton's the most excited about the kitchen.
Yeah, he would be.
He is like, wants to cook up a storm, but we've had no kitchen, so.
Yeah, Dayton is our little foodie. He loves to cook.
He likes to help mommy in the kitchen. You're tall enough to get to the top. I can get that top part if you want. I have a brush ready right here. For me to get the top? Okay, and then you do the rolling, I'll do the inside. Right here. Oh, you did great. You got up really far. No paint wars because you have the roller and I will lose. Stole some of your paint.
Say something that will make my day, 'cause these memories of her won't go away. They're haunting me so I can't sleep.
I know you love using the roller.
I feel like the rollers are easier to use than the paintbrushes.
Yeah, they're more fun too. But sometimes you need to use the brush to get into the small spots, right?
Yeah.
Like these spots, the roller can't really get in between.
Well, I kind of did up here.
Yeah, you did great there. This is just wider apart here. I'm gonna have to put some cotton or something in between there because it's the way the door was built. And we have to paint the back side of the door too. You can let this side dry and then go to the bottom. You want to get the bottom of the door there? Here, I'll edge the bottom for you and then you could. It doesn't really matter if the roller gets on the floor though because Daddy's gonna do the floor in a minute. So like on this part, that's not our flooring, so it doesn't matter that much. And then Mom has to finish painting the ceiling today so that Daddy can come through here with the floor. So I'm hoping that tomorrow I get to start building the actual cabinets now that our wood's here. That would be so fun. So when we put this coat on, if it comes through again and the door looks a little bit yellowy still.
This part here looks.
Yeah, that one looks a little bit yellowy, right?
Yeah, because I couldn't get to it.
Yeah, you didn't do that part yet. But if it leaks through again, then we'll put a clear coat on it. We'll basically seal it and then we'll put another coat of white, okay? That looks great.
Whoa. Why did she go? Whoa. Was I supposed to know that she'd leave? Was I too naive to think that she'd be the one? Whoa. Just tell me
I saw the squirrel when we were heading inside after the water ride.
I know. He was in the truck. He was in the FJ.
Oh.
I know. He's living in this pile, and when I came out here to grab wood this morning, he was chirping at me so loud. I was offended, first off. And then I was like, do you know I just caught your cousin the weasel the other day? Yeah, he did. He's like, I ain't having it. And then he went back in the wood pile, went chirp chirp. Chase and I, we're gonna go grab the trap because all of our YouTube family thinks that it's not the same weasel.
Yeah, it did look a lot smaller. Even though it was wet, it did look really, really small.
It did. And
compared to the video of it in the pile of wood, it looked so much smaller.
Yeah, when we first caught it, we were all thinking the same thing. We're like, there's no way this is the same weasel. Yeah. But so far, since we've caught and released a weasel, I haven't actually heard or seen anything in the house. I mean, we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Hey! So pretty with the snow coming down right now. All I hear is the ducks.
Yeah. It's like peace and quiet, but the ducks.
I know you're in there, little buddy.
When I saw him, he was in that bit.
Yeah, up close.
And then I started walking this way, and he ran up to those woods.
Yeah, up to the wood pile. I think he has like multiple. This is his condo.
Yeah. He's very underneath all this stuff. Underneath there.
Where did he scurry?
Under there.
Show me. Show me where did he scurry?
There. He scurried right there.
go under.
No. You go under.
Negative. I will not go under there. Water is running today, Chase. Want to go for a swim?
Nope. Dad, I didn't eat chocolate chips while I waited for you.
I hope you did. I hope you did. Okay, so we gotta change the blade.
We had to buy new blades, Chase, for all of the saws to do the kitchen reno because all of our saws we've been using since we got here doing stuff, but they were all needing to be switched up. So that was one of the expenses for the kitchen, right? Yeah.
The screwdriver's for to help you so it
So it
so
holds the
saw
blade.
the blade doesn't spin.
Yeah. So then you always got to be careful though, because if you slip, right, that's going to cut you out. This one's really dull, so you want to pay attention to which way the blade spins.
Yeah.
Right, so we can put the teeth are facing me, so we can put that back on the right way. Yeah. Take that off. Do you want to take that off?
This is my 4th day painting ceilings and I'm not done the first coat. 4th.
You're like, you know this is like my 4th
I went to bed last night and my arm was all he could feel the mag. It's like,
Okay.
doo-doo, doo-doo.
Now this blade can come off, but this piece we're gonna need it. Okay.
Okay.
Pull the blade off. I think it'll be kind of stuck to it. Blade in. It has the.
That's a helpful way.
We're gonna put a finer tooth blade on than that one.
Is that the first time we've changed the blade on that one or second?
This is the first time we changed the blade on this, yeah.
In how long?
You did it, oh my.
Yeah.
Like it has no teeth on there at all.
It's barely sharp. Replacement for a 2-pack of blades is almost $100 per blade, so it is expensive to have to. This is where the yellow is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely, we got a lot of use out of that blade. Lots of
We
love.
overused that blade. Yeah. What day is it? Because I've been painting the ceiling. It feels like Groundhog Day.
Oh my gosh. Do you want the lights on in here?
No, actually, this is great lighting right now, just the way that the natural light's coming in, but
Very natural.
in about a half hour or so, I'll put the light on.
Ooh, natural.
The natural light's helping me out to see where it was yellow, and now we're
We're out of there.
turning white.
You're on your own.
You left me!
We did.
Typical life of boys. Talking in one room and you leave into another.
So go a little bit further with your tape measure. A little bit further so then you can really make sure that's locked down. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then you can push down. And then it doesn't need to be exact here, so
39.
you want to do 39 and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go cut our piece at 39 and a half. And we can use this piece. Yeah, sure. Or we can measure it on right now. Let's measure
Oh,
it
yeah.
on right here. Okay.
30.
Okay, this one, what kind of saw would we cut this one for? We're not ripping, we're just chopping. So what saw would you use to chop with?
Is it the miter?
Yep. So let's use the miter saw to cut this.
We got time on our state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about. We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way.
I just finished painting the second coat on the ceiling, which took me, I think, about 4 full days to be able to finish. Little patchy still right now because some spots are drier faster than others. I'm now working my way on painting all of the side walls. You can see here, it's really yellow on the bottom, the paint that they had there, and then I'm painting with the white primer up here. So I'm just working my way around, but I'm not painting this far back wall here because the whole wall is going to be covered with that marble tile that we're using. So I've now painted all the way across here, and I'm just finishing this lower part, but you can really see the difference in color to what was there and what I'm painting. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to do to frame up these windows that they left unfinished. So it's now Tuesday, and Philip and I are spending the rest of the day getting all of the flooring in. Our goal for today, by the time we finally hit our pillows tonight, will be to have all of the flooring done in the kitchen space and in the pantry, except for a small portion that will be where the existing little counter space is here in the pantry room, because we don't want to uninstall that water until we have water hookup working in the actual kitchen room. So if we turn that and we take that little bit of the demo out right now, there's going to be nowhere to use water for cooking or for doing dishes in the meantime of working on the kitchen. And since there's obviously not another kitchen, we have to still be able to cook and function while we're doing this renovation. And we are taking our time to make sure that everything is going to be perfect. So we want to make sure we still can utilize all the things we need in the meantime. But before we get back to flooring, we just had a knock at the door and our second faucet for the kitchen renovation arrived. And I want to just remind you, if you haven't already seen it, this is the faucet that is going to go with the double basin apron sink, which I picked this sink up at IKEA. It's about a $400 sink, which to me is insane price for a sink. I normally wouldn't spend that, but I had some things to return to IKEA and was able to return them and then actually purchase the sink, which would be my dream sink for the kitchen, and found this gooseneck faucet in an antique brass with these really awesome hot and cold spin knob handles, which I think is just dreamy. This would be my dream faucet. I found this for under $200 several months back on overstock.ca. They no longer carry this faucet in the antique gold, so I'm glad that I was thinking ahead and got it when I did. But this is the faucet that's going to go on the double basin apron sink for the kitchen. And IKEA has the wider sink basin drains that you can purchase separately from the actual sink. And so I had gotten those at the same time. So we're ready for everything we need for this faucet for the actual kitchen room. But we were thinking, since we like to be cohesive, we wanted to have an apron sink also where the laundry wash tub station would be in the actual pantry room where we could soak vegetables or use for like things that we want to do for a deeper sink. And so I wanted to have an apron sink as well, but wasn't willing to take another $400 plus tax budget out of our kitchen renovation under $5,000 on a second sink. So I headed to good old Amazon and searched and found another apron sink. And I truly didn't know what it was going to look like, but it arrived yesterday and it was $129. We have Amazon Prime, so free shipping. It arrived super fast. I expected this to be really plasticky and kind of, to be honest, kind of a crummy tub, like basin tub, but I didn't really care that much because it was more about that it would look like an apron sink than really how good quality it was just for the pantry room. It's insane. The man couldn't carry it to the house. He had to knock and ask for help. And it is really, really heavy, like porcelain, like a bathtub. And it's much deeper than I thought, which is so nice to have that to be able to soak things in that pantry room. The actual wider drain for this is coming. It's just running late, so that will be here. But we just had another knock at the door, and the faucet that I tried to kind of emulate from this one, I didn't want it exactly the same, and plus I can't get it, but I wanted to have an antique brass faucet as well for this apron sink in here, so they would be the same but different. So I went again to good old Amazon and found a gooseneck faucet, and it comes with the two very similar turny knobs for hot and cold. It doesn't have the little white antique hot and cold, it just has the H and the C on it. And to be honest, the gooseneck shape was so much better than it looked like in the image, and they're very close in color. So this was $89, and I was able to get it to match. Like, this is a pretty good comparison, especially in a separate room. You'll never know that they're not identical brass, but for a super inexpensive faucet, I'm pretty pleased with it. So now I will have my drain faucet in the kitchen and then emulating with the gooseneck that's going to go into this basin here. And then I will have one of the hose handles with a more of like a wand to be able to do like really messy jobs or something, but I wanted this to look the way I wanted it to for all the time. So pretty fun, got little turny knobs and under budget. So this week has been full of so much demo and honestly so much stuff behind the scenes that is just super boring for you guys, like rolling a white ceiling for 4 days and getting tons of putty and holes filled and just really prepping the space that the kitchen is going to go in. And honestly, the flooring takes so long because we have so many cuts to make. This is an older house and kind of like the shapes of all the baseboards and everything. And so today that flooring is going to be completed by end of day today. I know a lot of you are asking, when are we going to get starting to install things back into the kitchen? And I know it seems like this takes a long time to get to that point, but we want to show you exactly how long this really takes and the process from start to finish, being able to build a dream kitchen under $5,000. And so far, we are under $4,000 for the kitchen, and we pretty much have everything we need except for a few plumbing pieces, or if we needed like extra mortar or something. So I think we're gonna be well under, like super well under our budget. So I'm super proud of that so far. And I haven't had to sacrifice any of my like dream items for the kitchen so far because we were able to get such a good price on our backsplash and faucets and the apron sinks and just some of those like really styled elements that I didn't want to sacrifice. So I'm thrilled so far. So once the flooring's in, we get to start installing. We need to put tile on the floor for the wood stove. We have an entire accent wall we're doing for backsplash for the kitchen, building the kitchen cabinets completely from scratch. Everything is here. I spoke to them yesterday. Countertops should be in store today, but not delivered to us until Wednesday or Thursday. And as soon as they're here, I can double check all the measurements and we can start building cabinets. I know sometimes there's a little bit of variance when it actually arrives to you, so I didn't want to get ahead of myself, build cabinets, and then them not completely fit with the custom sized countertops that we ordered. So within the next 48 hours, we will be building cabinets on our flooring completed and getting to install and like build this kitchen back up. Okay, so we haven't done this in a super long time. And I know that when you guys leave comments, sometimes you'll be like, cheering you on from Ohio, cheering you on from Alberta, cheering you on from Africa. Like, we're getting comments from people all over the world, and our YouTube community is so diverse in location. And so I thought it would be super fun at the end of today's video to say, where are you cheering us on from in the world, watching our videos while we build our dream kitchen? I want to know where you're from. We haven't done this in forever, and I think it's super exciting. So in the comment section of today's video, leave a comment where you live, where you're cheering us on from. Thank you so much for following along on this journey. This is super fun. We've not done this before, and I'm excited for you to see this all kind of get built back up, of building our dream kitchen. I love you guys. Thank you so much for cheering us on, and we'll see you tomorrow.